20% of the classes, 30% of the classes.
I think I've encountered six or five free riders.
They just don't know what to do. And the second one, maybe it's just simply not their priorities. And other than that, maybe just a few people that have motivations to working along with other people.
Someone would just ignore their part or their contribution.
I think people who do not try to communicate with other group members during the group work are free riders. The free riders, they don't usually respond to what we ask. They really switch on their cameras and they don't unmute themselves and they don't try to speak to each other unless we ask to do so. So
not actually reply their reply or the message on chats, on the group chats, or they not actually join the group meetings. Maybe they do not even want to contribute their ideas to help the task as well.
I think it can. Japanese people, for us, sometimes it is hard to speak out because since we were young, we were taught that it's not good to be outstanding, different opinions with others. They kind of hide it. And Japanese people's communication style is high context style. We don't say it directly, so it can cause misunderstanding. Group members think that they don't really try to communicate, or they're kind of free riders.
Yeah, I do think that the cultural misunderstanding is also factors that causing the free riders.
I think the work culture is so different from country to country.
Yeah, it's also affecting a lot in the overall performance. Then they will do everything rush when it's come to deadlines. But some other people would prefer being finished as soon as possible. And another type of miscommunications to the members that based on your perspective, this person is not working, but actually they are having a different perspective of their working style, and vice versa.
The group works are necessary, but I don't agree with how the group works are.
In my class is very big. It's very difficult to detect who is the free riders. Also, even in smaller classes, it's very, very difficult if they are doing group work and then they are talking in a group, but outside of the class, when they really have to do group project, some people skip the meetings. It's very, very difficult for me to detect who are free riders. Some of the reasons that why they become free riders, many times they don't know how to contribute to the group project. They just don't know how to cooperate. And that's why they just don't do anything. Several approach that group members can do to those riders are ask why they are not contributing to the group project. Maybe they have no idea what the group project is, or they just cannot follow the class content so that they don't know what to do. So just ask. And if there are students who have no idea what's happening and they just cannot follow the content or anything, maybe they can teach what's happening, and then also ask what they can do for the group project. Maybe they cannot write a report. They don't have a skill to write, and then they don't have a confidence to write. Then what else they can do? For example, they can maybe create PowerPoint slides or something else, you know what, maybe give some role that they are comfortable of doing that. People who are very comfortable with indirect way of communicating, they feel offended if forward way of talking. Even though they are straightforward, they can create a very comfortable atmosphere, right? Non-verbally. Verbally, maybe they are straight, but non-verbally, they are very, welcoming. Make sure that spend a time, except class, if they get to know each other personally, we feel like, oh, okay, this person has no intention to hurting people. They just, say something they want to say. For people who cannot say their own minds, if they feel comfortable, then maybe they can say it. So making a comfortable environment to discuss is very important. Not to reject their opinions right away. They listen first and then show like, oh, okay, we understand. And that's a good idea. How about, reject their opinions immediately, but accept it first and then try to say another opinions. Give time for those people.
Switch on the cameras.
Would just ignore their part.
Cultural misunderstanding is also factors that causing the free riders.
They have no idea what the group project is.